So you know that feeling of like being pushed around by life? Life is pushing you in the direction it wants you to go. People are pushing you in the direction they want you to go, and you're just there, getting pushed along in the stream when you don't actually want to be in the stream. You want to step out, take a look. Why is it that I'm doing these things, and do I really have to do them? Like, what is my life's purpose, and are the actions that I'm doing day to day really helping me? So if it feels like you're just drifting through life without a purpose, I hope that this video will help you find it. So before we find your purpose, we have to ask the question, why is it that you're purposeless? And I believe that it's because of the modern day distractions that we have. Like you don't give yourself time to think. You don't let your brain think these really deep, meaningful thoughts. You don't let your brain craft a plan for the future because you're always distracting yourself. You're going from Instagram to TikTok to YouTube to school and then back to home where you're playing video games for hours on end. And then you're like, oh, but I can't have these deep, meaningful conversations with myself. And it's because you're simply not letting your brain do it. You're simply not letting your brain, you're not giving your brain room and time to think and to craft and to guide you into the life that you want. So simply, you're not finding your purpose because you're not letting yourself think, and like you're not letting yourself find your purpose. So how do we find our purpose? Well, if distractions are causing us to be purposeless, then cutting out distractions and cutting out like bullshit dopamine sources is the way to find your purpose. So this is an actionable step you can do. Honestly, I think that very few people will do this. But I want you to go into a room or go outside, like preferably do this on the weekend when you don't have anything, where you have like a 3 to 4 hour gap, maybe even the whole day, and just go outside or in a room and do nothing. Maybe a journal. When I did it, I had a journal, and just sit there and don't even try to find your purpose. Just sit there and do nothing, and your purpose will come to you. It's only in those moments of like really deep reflection and deep thought that your purpose will come to you. And usually it'll be like a kind of like a flashing of thoughts in your brain of what the future can look like, and then your brain will start to craft a plan of like a step-by-step guide as to how you're gonna get from like present to the future that your brain is crafting. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I doubt that like the people who are gonna do this I can count the people who are gonna do this on my hand. It's gonna be a handful. But if you can do this, if you can really take the time to let your brain think and to think these really deep, meaningful thoughts, I guarantee you that your purpose will come to you, and you will feel this like rejuvenated. You'll feel this energy, and you'll feel like I just recorded a video about if you feel like you're getting lost in tasks and duties, it's because you're not purposeful. And the way to find your purpose is to cut out all the distractions, all the bullshit, to think that just everything is noise, and you want to let yourself think. And while you're doing this, like this practice, if you're gonna do it, there's a book called Ikigai, the Japanese philosophy to like a happy life. And honestly, I really recommend that book if you want to find your purpose. Another book, The Way of the Superior Man. Like, The Way of the Superior Man isn't about purpose, but it talks about purpose and like essentially how to find it. I can't remember what he says. I think he kind of says like cut out the distractions and shit. But in the book Ikigai, there's this part where you're given like a diagram, like, you know, where you have like 4 circles, and at the middle they intersect. Well, the middle is the Ikigai, and the 4 circles are questions, and the questions are: what do you love, what are you good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. And once you answer all those 4 questions, then you might have found your purpose, because your purpose is usually something greater than yourself. Like, when you're doing something not just for you, not just for your own benefit, it feels so much better, and it feels so much like more purpose, because you're actually like leaving a legacy behind. If you're helping other people, then like essentially, if your purpose is just for you, you're only impacting one person. But if your purpose is something bigger than you, then you can impact like millions and millions and millions of people, and that's really what we want to do. Find that like another question that I ask myself day to day to make sure I'm like doing the things that I want to be doing is like, what will my life look like in like 10-15 years, and what do I want my dream life to look like? So honestly, this video was like a quick like overlook, but if you want, you can search up like purpose on YouTube, and I'm sure there's like usually when people are talking about purpose, it'll be these like really deep, like spiritual teachers who can probably explain it in a much better way than I can. So I recommend you like find a purpose video you like and kind of like rewatch it. Maybe if it's this video for you, like, I'm flattered, but I think a more in-depth approach to purpose will help you more. I still think this video will like help you, but try to educate yourself on like what purpose is and how do you make sure that like what you're doing is truly your purpose. Another thing I can teach you about purpose is like for masculine people, masculine men, like purpose works like an onion, and essentially you just have like layers of purpose upon purpose upon purpose until you come to the deepest purpose, which is like your core reason for living and for being here. So like if you're like, I don't know, if you're a teenager, then your core layer right now is usually, to clarify, like usually the layer of the purpose that you'll be peeling back is something that you'll be obsessing over. So another thing you can ask yourself is like, what is my brain currently like obsessing over? Is it grades? Is it school? Is it girls? Is it like trying to build a business? And usually that'll be your like layer of purpose. So right now for me it's YouTube and growing the channel. Like, I don't know, for you it might be building the best and greatest aesthetic body. It might be building an online business. It might be being the best brother that you can, the best son that you can. And usually what your brain will obsess over is that layer, and that layer will only peel back when you like it's not like when I get to this amount of subscribers the layer will be peeled back. It's just this feeling that like, alright, this seems stupid now, like I just wanna go ahead and do something else. I just wanna get to another like purpose layers, and then you do that really deep thoughtful thinking again until you get to that layer that was like closer to your deepest purpose than the one you just peeled back, and then you do that over again. Like, peel it back, take time to think, peel it back, take time to think, and then maybe in like 50 years, who knows, when you're 80, when I'm fucking like 80, then we'll be like at our deepest core purpose, and like we'll only know what it is when we get there. Honestly, I find that to be like really cool, so like can't wait to be 80. Alright, so I hope this video helped you, and I cannot wait to see the progress that you make. Cheers, bro.